A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. So we will be learning two ayats of Surah Ibrahim today, inshallah. Ayat number 36 and 37. So we'll do a simple translation of these two verses first. The ayat number 36 is a continuation of the previous ayat. And in the previous ayat, Ibrahim alayhi salam was making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he also made dua that may Allah protect his progeny from worshipping the idols. So this dua continues. And Ibrahim alayhi salam says in the beginning of 36, Rabbi, O my Lord, innahunna, these false deities, idols, and he was calling them al-asnam, adulalna kathiram minan nas. They have misled many people in the world. Then he says, faman tabi'ani, whosoever follows me. Ibrahim alayhi salam is saying that whoever is going to follow me, فَإِنَّهُ minni, then he is indeed of me, with me. وَمَنْ asani, and whosoever disobeys me, Ibrahim alayhi salam is saying that while making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَإِنَّكَ غَفُورٌ rahim, then you indeed, O Allah, is the one who is forgiving and merciful. Then he continues making his dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next ayat. Rabbana, he's saying, O our Lord, inni askanto, I have settled min dhurriyati, my progeny, my offspring. In Makkah, he's talking about leaving his family in Makkah. Biwadin ghairi dhi zar'in, in a valley which is not cultivated, nothing grows there. Inda baytikal muharrami, next or close to your house, which is the sacred house. Then he further makes dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rabbana, our Lord, liyuqimus salata. So his purpose to settle these progenies there, they may establish the prayer, the salat. Faj'al, and then he is making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that make af'idatam minan nasi, the hearts of the people who are outside the Makkah, tahwi ilayhim, that their hearts should be inclined towards this progeny, towards the people I am leaving in Makkah area. Ilayhim, towards these people. Warzuqhum, and give them provision. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is making dua to Allah that people who are settling here, I am leaving them here, give them provision minas samarati, of the fruits. La'allahum yashkurun, so they may be thankful to you, because nothing grows there, everything has to be brought outside, from outside. So he is making dua that, O Allah, make the arrangement that people who are going to stay or live there, they get the provision from you, so they may be thankful to you. So these are basically the duas and requests of Ibrahim alayhi salam when he is making, after leaving his progeny, his wife and his son there. So we will go and do detailed understanding. There is a repetition of one word here, or one pattern of the grammar, is that when you have, let's see a word, fa'ala. The meaning of this thing, he, third person, did something. So he did, is the meaning, fa'ala. Now, if I want to make a little bit bigger sentence by saying this person did something to me. So for that purpose we add a ya, which brings the meaning of me. So fa'ala, he did something to me. Okay, me. Now in Arabic, we just don't combine these two together, but we add a noon, which is called noon firqaya. It's a small noon with a kasra. So whenever we are combining a verbal statement with first person myself, singular, we add a noon there, small noon, and this is called noon firqaya. Okay, and the reason we do that, if we don't put then this little noon is telling us that this is a separate word, this is a separate article. So both of them cannot be combined, but with this separation which is called noon firqaya. So it will be pronounced fa'alani, okay, and together it is written as fa'ala ni, this way. Okay, so this pattern is repeating here many times, that whenever we are combining a verbal statement with the first person, me or I, we add a noon firqaya. Firqaya is separation between these two words. So just wanted to remind this rule. It's coming many times. Now, the ayat starts with the word Rabbi innahunna. First of all, this word Rabbi, the way it is written here or in the Quran, is written this way. Actually, this is a shortcut of the full word, which is Ya and Rabbi, this way. This is the full word, Ya Rabbi. The meaning is, oh my Lord. So this Ya is mahzuf, it is not written, and this Ya is not written, only this kasra is written, but the meaning of this full word is Ya Rabbi, written as Rabbi only, means my Lord. So he is making dua, he is addressing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh my Lord or my Lord. Okay. Then he is saying innahunna. Now the word inna means surely, and we see the repetition of this word, surely or indeed or without any doubt. Okay. Now there are two words, whom. Whom is a plural of third person, it means they. But in English, we use they for both masculine and feminine. But in Arabic, whom is used for masculine only. For feminine, hunna is used. So this is also they, but this word is used for feminine. So whenever you're talking about some feminine things, don't use whom, use hunna. So inna and hunna. In, and the short form is that in hunna, like in whom. So this word is inna hunna, actually it's a full word there. Inna hunna, so there's no shortcut there. Inna hunna, indeed they, and the ayat is pointing to some people who are feminine in nature. Why the word feminine is being used? Because in the previous ayat, the Ibrahim alayhi salam is talking about asnam. Asnam is idols, and they have misled people. Asnam. So he is pointing to asnam, which is the false gods, idols, false deities, and it's a feminine word, so that's the reason hunna is being used. So Rabbi is saying, oh my Lord, inna hunna, these is pointing in the previous ayat, these false deities, these false asnam, these false gods, what they have done. The next word is adlalna. These are common words, but we need to understand. Root letters are doad, lam, and lam. Meaning is to go astray. Someone went astray, dolala. But if I put an alif, it becomes 4-letter word, bab number 4. And the adulala means to mislead someone. Two people, instead of person going wrong himself, he is misleading the other person. He is taking him to the astray. Okay, so that is adulala. So when we put a noon, it becomes the grammar of feminine. Adlalna, and this is because these noon is bringing the grammar of feminine. So what he is saying, these asnam have misled, have taken to the people to the wrong direction, wrong astray. So that is the adlalna there. Then he is further saying that kathiram minan nas. So the word is kasirun is the word actually. Kasirun means many, many, a lot. Kasirun is the word, okay? But it is coming as a maf'ul of adlalna, work is being done, so that changes to 2 fathas. And we always write an extra alif, which is not recited. So kasiran means many, but the word after that is min. So in the recitation, instead of pronouncing noon here, you pronounce a meme here, and that's the reason we put a shadda there. So it will be kathiram minan nasi. An-naso is the word, and min is a harf jar, so it will become an-nasi. Kathiram minan nasi. Many, many among the mankind, these false deities have misled, have taken them to the wrong path. So he made one statement, and that statement is completed. He is just making his observation that, and he himself was the person who broke these idols. So he is making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that save me and my progeny from the worshipping of these false deities, because this is all they do. They mislead the people, a lot of them. Then he continues making a second statement. He says, Faman tabi'ani. So fa means so, and man means whoever. Then he is saying so or then whoever. He's making an open statement, whoever. Now the word is taba'a. Taba'a means to follow. Ittiba is also a word. Taba'a means to follow. Okay. So if I put 2 fatha on and kasra here, this becomes the grammar of he followed. Third person and masculine. He, past tense, followed. Okay. So when you combine these two, you don't have to have he here. The meaning will be whoever followed. Okay. Then I'm going to put a ya here. That is me. Okay. So the meaning in English will be whoever followed me, or whoever follows me or will follow me, will apply to all. But again, the rule, as I mentioned, that when you have a first person, me, then you have to put a noon, a firqaya here. So it will be tabi'ani. That's the word in the Quran. So whoever follows me, Ibrahim alayhi salam is saying that. What is the jawab of that? The jawab is that فَإِنَّهُ minni, 2 words. Fa means then, or it's a response, or okay. Inna, again it's made of 3 words. Inna means surely, and who means him. Whoever is following, this who is pointing to him. So he is فَإِنَّهُ, that's the word in the Quran. So definitely he is. Then he further says min and ya. Min, and then we put a noon shadda here. Minni, noon firqaya. Minni, he is of me. فَإِنَّهُ minni, he belongs to me. He is of me. He is among me. Many ways you can translate. So فَمَنْ تَبِعَنِي, O Allah, who is going to follow me, whoever is going to follow me, فَإِنَّهُ minni, he definitely is of me. Then he further says, after that, Ibrahim a.s. is making this statement. He's saying, وَمَنْ أَصْوَانِي, again, وَمَنْ and whoever. Then this time the root letter says Ain, Swad and Ya. The meaning of these three letters is to disobey. Okay, here Ain, Swad and Ya. We put three fathas, it becomes the grammar, he disobeyed. He, so and when you write them together, this Ya with a fatha is written as an alif, so it will become Asa. Asa means he, third person, disobeyed. Then you put a Ya, which means me. So meaning will be he or woman, whoever, disobeyed, and then we have to put a noon firqaya here. Aswani, that's the word in the Quran. Woman aswani, and whosoever disobeyed me. So what is he saying? If someone doesn't follow me, فَإِنَّكَ غَفُورٌ rahim. Then he turns toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and said, then he said, fa means so, inna is definitely, and ka means you, and you is pointing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he is saying, oh Allah, then you are Ghafurur Rahim. If you want, you can forgive the person, you can have a mercy upon him, but that person is whoever disobeyed. It's up to you how you handle them, but whoever obeys me, he is of me or among me. So he made this statement and made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he continued making dua. He's saying, Rabbana, our Lord. Then he says, Inni. Again, Inna is repeating here, which is he's making surety in this statement. And Ya means me. And when you combine, it is recited as Inni. Rabbana, again want to point out something, that the word is Rabbana. Rabbana means our Lord. But because of this Hamza here, it has effect on the previous word. If there is an alif, it puts a long mud on the alif. This Hamza does that. So you have to pronounce it correctly by saying Rabbana inni, O our Lord, definitely I or me. And then after that he is making a statement which is Sakana, are the root letters. Sakana means to live somewhere. Sukunat is the word. Sakin, Sakana means to reside somewhere, to live somewhere. Three letters. If I put an alif, it becomes four letter, Babe Fala. Askana. Askana means to settle somewhere, somebody somewhere. Sakana means you go and reside somewhere. Askana, you settle someone, so this becomes activity of two people. Askana. So if you put ta at the end with a dhamma, it becomes the grammar of I and the past tense. Past tense is settled. Askanto, that's the word in the Quran. Askanto, I have settled. I have placed some of my progeny here. I'm going to settle them in the Makkah area by the Kaaba. So he is leaving his family there, and he is saying, making dua, Rabbana inni askanto, O my Lord, I have settled here. Who have I settled? Min dhurriyati. Again, these are common words. Dhurriyatun is the full word. This means progeny. Zurriyatun is the full word. It means offspring, progeny, children. Zurriyatun. Okay. Then you combine with the ya and min. Min is a harf-jar. Harf-jar will change these two dhammas to two fathas. And when you combine these two, mudaf mudaf one dhamma, one kasra will go away. So it becomes dhurriyati. That's what is in the Quran. Min dhurriyati, of my offspring, some of my children, some of my progeny, I am going to settle down in the area by Kaaba or by Makkah. Then he is further saying something about the state of the city that where he is leaving his progeny. There are 4 words. Biwadin ghairi dhi zar'in. First of all, we know the word wadin. Wadin means a valley. In Urdu we say wadi, we say write down like that. But in Arabic, wadin is the full word. Actually it's a wadun, means valley. Then B with a kasra can be translated as in. Okay. Then ghair means other or nothing. This is a common word. Okay. Ghairi. Okay. When you combine this two, B is a harf-jar, it will become biwadin. In a valley. I'm going to leave my progeny biwadin, in a valley. Now we'll translate these 2, 3 together. Zar'un, zara'at is a common word. It means cultivation, to grow something. We know the word zara'at. The word in Arabic is a zar'un. Okay. Cultivation, growing something. Z, when you put a Z, it becomes wala, owner, doer, something which you're doing. Zul Jalal, Jalal wala. Z, Zuza have those meanings. So you put a Z before that, and this becomes Z Zar'in. Z Zar'in means some area or some place that can grow something, cultivation. But word ghair means other than or not. So what is he saying? That I'm settling you in a wadi, in a valley, Bakka valley is to call. Ghair is dharin, where nothing grows in there. It's no cultivation happens there. This is a barren land. I'm going to settle my progeny in such a city where nothing grows. So that's the meaning of ghairi dhi zarin. Then he further says that one more thing he is identifying is that in the Baytikal Muharrami. In the means with or next to or close by. In the. The word is baytun. Full word is baytun. Baytun means house. Okay. And ka means you. And you is pointing to Allah. So when you combine these two, this is house. By combining these two, it will be house of you or your house. And by the combination, one pesh or one dhamma goes away, so it becomes baytuka. Baytuka means your house. Then you put inda before that, it will change to baytika. Next to your house, by your house. He is saying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm leaving my progeny in the baytika, close or by your house. So important thing is that it was baytun when we started, but because of the combination, it became bayti. Keep this in mind because we'll need this word bayti again. So bayti is, meaning is house, but it changed from baytun to bayti because of the combination. So the word is bayti. Bayti is the word now. Okay. Now the word harama. We know that there are many, many words that come out of that. Harama is, one meaning is something which is forbidden. But then when you go to harama, put a shadda, harama, it means something which is sacred. Something that has tahreem in it. Baytul Haram, that we say. The Kaaba is called sacred house. So that is from this word harama. Haram is to be sacred, to be disrespected, to be honored. Okay, so you take a maful that, so it become muharramun. Muharramun is something that has been made sacred. Muharramun. So we start there. When we stop, we say muharram, but it is muharramun is the full word. Okay. Then you put al before that. Al means the, and al will remove one pesh or one dhamma, so it will become al muharramu. The word is al muharramu, the sacred, the respected. Okay, this is the word. But this word is coming as a sifat of this house. This is a house, and this is the adjective or the sifat of that house. So the rule is that this adjective or the sifat follows the noun. So this is a kasra, this will become a kasra also, zair. So it will become al-muharrami, that's the word in the Quran. When you read them together, you read them baytikal muharrami. In the baytikal muharrami, close to your house, which is a very sacred house. That's what Ibrahim alayhi salam is saying. Then he further says, Rabbana, our Lord. Now notice that this time Rabbana is written, but there is no mud on that. There is no mud on this alif, but the one before it was mud, and the reason was that there is Hamza pushes the mud, but in this part of the ayat, Rabbana liyuqimu salata, there is no mud, so you don't need to stretch because there is no Hamza after that. Rabbana. Then the word is liyuqimu salata. So let's understand that word. Qaf, Waw and Mim are the root letters. Okay, this means to stand up. Okay, 4-lettered words, alif in the beginning, and this Waw sounds like an alif, so it will become aqama. Aqama means to establish. Aqama means to establish something, to make something firm. If I make a grammar, yuqimu is that he established. Yuqimu, actually yuqimu is just, you need this thing. If you make this kind of grammar, put a ya in the beginning and pronounce yuqimu, means he establishes something, third person. When you make the plural, you add a wuna after that. So it became yuqimuna. The full word is yuqimuna. I'm going to rewrite this again. Yuqimuna means they, whoever they are, establish. And which is yuqimuna, they establish. Okay. So I'm going to write down here, they make firm or they establish. There are many ways you can do that. Then I'm going to put the lam with a kasra. This is called the lam talil, and its meaning is so that. Take. In Urdu it says a take, in English is a talil, take. What this word does, lam with a kasra, is that it kills the sound of this noon and leaves a alif which is not pronounced, and the meaning changes they might. Instead of they establish, the meaning will be they might establish. That's how you bring the concept of possibility. So liyuqimu, they may establish, they might establish what? As-salata, the prayer. So the purpose is that Rabbana, I'm settling them here so they may establish the prayer. Then he is further making dua. He's saying, Faj'al af'idatam minan nas. So ja'ala are the root letters, Jim, Ain, Lam. Ja'ala means to make. And if I put a alif here in the beginning and pronounce as ij'al with a kasra, ij'al is a command, it's a request, it's a dua, make. If you are telling someone to make something, you are saying make it for me. Make ij'al, okay? And he's making dua to Allah, ij'al, make. But before that is a fa, and when you put a fa, you don't pronounce this alif. So it becomes faj'al. Faj'al means so, make. Okay, he's making dua. So make. What to make? Okay. Af'idatam. Fa, Hamza and Dal. Okay. Fawadun means heart. One heart. That's the meaning of fawadun. Its plural is af'idatun. Okay, so plural is made by doing this way. Af'idatun. Af'idatun means hearts. Okay, so he's saying, Faj'al, so O Allah make. Af'idatun is the word, but this is coming as a maf'ul, work is being done. So af'idatun changes to af'idatan. So he's making dua. Faj'al af'idatan. So far, this is the word. Make the hearts. But then there is a min before that. Okay. So when meme and noon come together, you don't pronounce this noon, but you pronounce meme twice. So it will be af'idatam. Okay. Minan nasi, of the people. So he's saying, make the hearts of the people, other people, not the progeny I'm settling there, but other people, make their hearts. Make their hearts about what? Af'idatam minan nas, make the hearts of other people, outsiders. What to make of their hearts? The word is tahawi. Ha, wow, this means to incline, to have a desire, something, to inclination. Tahawi means turning to, incline, she inclined, something like that. But the meaning was to incline. In the English sentence, make the hearts of the people to incline. Incline where? Ilayhim, towards them, towards my progeny. Ila means to, and hum means progeny. And when you pronounce, instead of ilahum, you pronounce ilahim, ilayhim, towards these people. So turn the hearts of the people towards my progeny means they should love my progeny, respect my children here. They, not that they say, oh, where did they come from? They are immigrants, they are outsiders, kick them out. No. He is making dua that the hearts of the people should be towards loving the people I'm settling in this area, okay, my progeny. And then he is making further dua, warzuqhum. Razaqa means to provide. Okay. If you put a alif with a dhamma, urzuq, this is a dua. Provide. If you are making dua to Allah and saying provide, you are saying urzuq. Waw means and, so you pronounce warzuq. Whom means them. Them means my progeny. Warzuqhum. So here you have to actually understand that this whom or him, which is pointing to. One time it is pointing to the people who are living, another time is pointing to the people who are outsider. So here warzuqhum is pointing to the people, his progeny. Provide these people what? Minas samarati, from the fruits, from the vegetation, all kinds of things. And we know that even today in the valley of Makkah, nothing grows there. Everything comes from outside. Everything is imported there, okay, except water is there, but everything is brought from outside. So that is the wadi, which is uncultivated wadi, nothing grows there. So he made this dua, warzuqhum, provide, O Allah, to these people of the samarat, la'allahum yashkurun, common word. La'allahum is maybe they, yashkurun, be thankful and grateful. So, or they can thank you. So these are the duas of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and it seems that all the duas were accepted. It took some time because the idols came back and then they were removed from the Kaaba. But then basically what the dua he made is the whole world goes now towards, that town, Makkah. There's so much attraction there. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand the Quran. We'll continue inshallah. Sadaqallahu.